Welcome to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm Rita Pira, the host with the most inspiring stories that you ever did hear. Back in the day when the day was back, I was known as the juicing queen. I became raw vegan overnight after watching a documentary called Food Matters. Changing what I was putting in and on my body didn't just make me lose weight and have great skin, it gave me mind clarity, more energy, and over time made me so self-aware and intuitive that I vibrate on a higher frequency and level of consciousness that's turned me into a manifesting queen. I've lived like 9 lives and have amazing stories to share that may inspire you to finally leave that toxic guy you're with, quit that miserable job you hate, start that business you've been talking about forever, and at the very least, you'll probably start saying yes more often and eat more vegetables. I'm your tell it like you need to hear it and make you do it, sister from another mister. I've lived quite the life and have stories for days that have inspired women to transform their lives in real big ways. So I created this podcast to share my insane and unbelievable stories with the world to reach whoever needs to hear them. I'll bring on inspiring humans to trade stories with me, and I'll even have some live coaching sessions with listeners calling in. You're here because you were meant to find this podcast, this community, these raw stories. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for you, not to you, and I'm so glad you're here. Hey, love bug. What's up? How's your day? I hope you're doing well. I'm so happy that we found each other. It's no coincidence, but you already knew that. I just wanted to tell you that you are loved, you are appreciated, you are enough, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are meant for more, and you can absolutely be happy and do what you love and make a living doing it, and you are here for a bigger purpose than you are currently allowing yourself to live. And I would love to help you figure that out. The one thing that I think we might have in common is that we're multi-passionate and we're good at a lot of things, or we want to do a lot of things, and we can't pick which one we want to do. And I was stuck for years. Like, am I a health coach? Am I a life coach? Am I meant to do this? Am I meant to do that? What about interior design? Like, all over the place, girlfriend, like for real. And finally, things became more clear this year than ever. And you want to know how? The big secret, you probably heard this before, take action, because clarity comes with action. So if you're thinking about it, overthinking, it's all up in your head, get it out of your head. The solution is not there. You will feel what's right when you take action. I promise you this. Because at first I was like, oh, I'm so good at, I've been vegan for 10 years, juicing. People are always hitting me up for juice recipes and like meal plans and things like that. And that never really felt right for me to turn that into a business. And then I get compliments left and right on my home and how like the vibe feels so good. And it's like so homey and pretty and cozy and looks expensive, but I'm like a super bargain hunter. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that. And then I did Spirit Junkie Masterclass and helped women transform their lives. And I'm like, maybe I'm meant to do that. And then I noticed like signs from the universe that I'm supposed to have a microphone in my hand. I'm supposed to be on a stage, and that does not come naturally to people. And I didn't realize that it was really a gift and something that I not only am good at, but I love and crave. Like, no wonder I love karaoke. I can't sing for shit, but put a microphone in my hand and I light the fuck up, like for real. And so now look at me, I have my own little personal microphone. Like everything is just falling into place. Like with public speaking, I realized that is my jam. When I was living and working in New York, the universe was like, hey, dumbass, remember this whole public speaking thing you're supposed to be doing? Are you feeling like you're still not good enough? You're still not worthy? Who are you to do this? Imposter syndrome creeping up on you, girl? Okay, fine, here. You're now a professor at a college in New York and you're going to teach public speaking. Like, how the hell does that happen? So anyway, I would love to teach you how to vibrate higher, to be your real, authentic, worthy self so you can attract your life's purpose and embody your highest self. I want to help you do that. And I think that this episode especially will help you to do that. So I hope you listen all the way through. And I want to tell you something else. Like, I wasn't always so high vibe. It all started for me in 2010. If you've heard other episodes, I've talked about this, where I realized that what I was putting in and on my body and what I was thinking and surrounding myself with was either raising my vibration or bringing it down. So I started to become more conscious of the energy of things, because I realized that everything was energy and everything had a vibration. So I became conscious of what I ate, what I thought and believed, who I was around, what I was reading, watching, and listening to, and how I spent my day. And before I knew it, I felt like I was floating, and I began to notice how low everyone else's vibes around me were. Like, it became super apparent. And I fell in love with myself so much that I truly enjoy and prefer my own company. And I even jump around dancing and feeling so good for no apparent reason. I mean, have you seen my Instagram posts lately in my stories? And this can be you too. Like, you can vibrate joy and love as your default. Like, you really, really can. I actually used to be a negative Nancy. I was always complaining, finding something wrong with anything and everything. I swear it's true. I believe that bad things happen to everyone and that's just how life goes. You know, bad shit happens sometimes. No, it doesn't have to be that way. And it actually isn't, if you don't want it to be, right? So I used to think that I wasn't good enough or smart enough to do the things that I dreamed of. I was making excuses to stay stuck, and subconsciously looked for evidence to prove myself right in staying stuck. And I was blaming everything but myself. I even thought relationships were hard. I was unlovable. I was unworthy, and all that. All men were liars and cheaters and pumpkin eaters. I believed that money was scarce and the root of all evil. I thought it was super hard to lose weight and keep it off. I didn't think I was pretty. I was even severely bullied from elementary school all the way through high school, so that didn't help. And I only saw flaws when I looked in the mirror. I now I look in the mirror with zero makeup on, and I have the same face, you guys, but now I see beauty versus flaws. I'm older and I feel more beautiful now. Like, how does that happen? It's like I'm aging backwards. I've been vegan and juicing for 10 years. It's just a transformation that has to happen, and I can help you with that. But I was just at this time in my life, like prior to all of these healings and transformations and things that I've worked through and gotten myself to this point through all of the coaching that I've done and the programs that I've done and the books that I've read and all the things. But I was not fun to be around. I was so moody. I was insecure. I lacked confidence. I let everything bother me so much that whatever it was, big or small, would ruin my entire day. And when it rained, it poured because I focused on bad shit happening. So then more bad shit kept happening because like attracts like, and then it spirals down and more shit happens. And that's just the way it goes. So you have to spiral it back up. That's what I teach you how to do. I know you can relate to that. I was even constantly seeking external things to make me happy, like buying new clothes and getting attention from guys. And I gave off that needy vibe that turned guys off. But now people love being around me. My energy brings theirs up. I talk to strangers. People know me in my neighborhood, and I've been living here just since the end of April. I'm downtown San Diego in East Village, by the way. So I love myself now, and I love my life so much, even when stuff's going wrong. And guys are so attracted to my confidence and my vibe now that they want to be in a relationship with me, and I'm choosing to be alone. Where when I lived in New York, I was going on dates and stuff, and every single guy would say to me, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Before I even said anything, it's like, dude, what if I said I wasn't looking for anything either? Like, come on. But I think it was because in retrospect, looking back into who I was and what I felt and believed about relationships, I had this huge fear around relationships, and I was afraid to get hurt, and I thought it was inevitable that I would get hurt and lied to and cheated on. And so I subconsciously felt I didn't want a relationship either because I was afraid of them. And so they were mirroring that back to me by saying, I'm not looking for a relationship. Interesting, huh? When you look at it that way. Anyway, so now it's the opposite. Hey. So I'm clumsy as hell, by the way. And I laugh at myself all the time. Like if I'm at my stove and I'm making tea or I'm making green juice and it literally paints the kitchen green because I'm so clumsy. It's hilarious. Like instead of getting upset or angry, I'm like, oh, I have to clean this or whatever. In the moment, I laugh my ass off. It's ridiculous and it's funny. And you know what else I do now? I catch my negative thoughts. And when I judge people and I reframe that shit right in the moment. I'm like, Rita, stop judging. Just boom, catch it. Like, ooh, I was judging. Let me not do that. Let me reframe that. Because it's a natural thing. It's a human thing. We're judging in every moment because it's our brain is wired that way to keep us safe. Right? So I catch my negative thoughts. I don't judge people, or when I do, I catch it. I look for the good and the beauty in everything every day throughout the day. Instead of keeping a gratitude journal for the end of the night, I feel gratitude throughout the day because the sun is shining, because the sky is blue, because I can see colors, because I can walk and talk and see and hear and feel and touch and buy myself flowers. Like feeling abundant and gratitude for everything that I have only brings me more of these things. And so I want you to start to pay attention to all the good that's in your life and like take a minute and appreciate each and everything. Like right now, as I'm sitting in front of my laptop, I got these 2 roses that have bloomed so enormously. They're the brightest pink I've ever seen. And I bought them from one of these guys that walk through the street with a bucket full of these single roses wrapped in a plastic thing that they sell for like $1. And I saw him and I waved him down, and I was at dinner with my girls and I just wanted to buy the 3 of us a rose, and they have bloomed so enormously. And I think it's because I made a conscious decision to support someone who's out there being just ignored by people. Like he's trying to offer you something beautiful in exchange for $1, and people are waving him away like, no, I don't want that. Like, how could you not want a rose? That's like, right? I mean, I'm guilty of it before I had done it, but now every time I see them, I'm supporting them and I'm receiving something beautiful. So I'm allowing myself to receive. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. I do that sometimes, but you know that already. Anyway, so where was I? What was I talking about? Catching my negative thoughts, all that stuff, smiling at strangers, making new friends, seeing the beauty in everything. I make new friends every freaking day. It's crazy. I'm out walking my dog and I just say hello to everyone, even through my mask. Hi, hello, how are you? Like, just say hello. It really makes someone's day. It really, really does. It's this vibration of love and peace and harmony and just good. It's good vibes, good energy. Just shower people with love as you're walking past. And my neighborhood it has a lot of homeless people, and it makes me sad, but I have to catch myself. And I learned this from Gabby Bernstein. She says to blast them with love. Like, instead of feeling sorry for them. And I read this in the Law of Attraction, Abraham Hicks, where if you're finding a solution for someone, instead of like bringing your vibration down to their level and hearing their story and their suffering and whatnot, but like blasting them with love and finding a solution, and that sort of vibration raises them up. Anyway, another tangent. Cool beans. Okay, so since I'm smiling at strangers and making new friends everywhere I go, I really am starting to see people. When I have a conversation with someone, especially my coaching clients, I help them see themselves in a more loving and appreciative way, like I've been able to. And I'm able to hear your story, and you just tell me everything you're all about, the things you love, your life experience, and I'm able to really see what you are here to do. And I can give you a whole plan on what that looks like and ideas. I'm the idea girl. And I created a free guide that'll get you started on your self-loving high vibe journey. And if you want to download it, it's going to be linked in the show notes. But I want to tell you a little bit about what's in the guide anyway. So before we jump into how to raise your vibration, I need you to first understand the basics of vibrational frequency. Like, vibrational law, the law of vibration, it's not as famous as the law of attraction, but it's just as important because everything is made up of energy and it's actively vibrating. Everything, every single thing, living or inanimate, is made up of energy. This is the law of vibration. And so your vibration is your energetic frequency. And I have raised my vibration so high that my default now is joy and love. Like, it is my default now. And everything in the universe is energy. So I'm attracting things in the universe, in my world, that are at the same vibrational match as me. So for you, wherever your vibrational level is, there's a scale that I put in the thingy, the download that I told you about. It goes from the bottom of the scale is like shame, and then guilt, and then apathy, grief, fear. And as you go up, you get to like anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, enlightenment is the top. So I break it down. And anyway, so when you're vibrating at a low frequency, you're attracting low frequency shit in your life. So like when I was vibrating naturally, my default was a lower vibrational frequency, maybe like anger or something like that, or resentment or whatever. I was attracting things at that level of frequency. So shit would happen to me like all the time. I would get in a car accident, or I'd break something, or I'd lose some money somehow. Like negative things would happen naturally all the time. And now I honestly can't think of anything negative that's happened to me this entire year, even through the pandemic. Like I have been happier than ever. And if you listen to my other episodes, you know that in April, I left my relationship. And at the time of me leaving him, I was still very much madly in love with him, but I still left because it became toxic and it started to like deplete my energy and dim my light and bring my vibration down. And I was suffering. I had to go. As hard as it was, I had to leave. And ever since then, the universe has been hooking me the fuck up as a reward. I still love him. I'm not going to lie. I still have love for him and I would love to be his friend, but he's not talking to me. But what can I do? So anyway, tangents. Woo, what's up? Okay, so here we go. We're back in motion, baby. So we're talking about energy, and we're talking about your vibration, and we're talking about your energetic frequency, and what you vibrate at is what you attract. Whatever you're a vibrational match to is what you attract. Okay, so all of the energy in the world and everything vibrates on different frequencies, and every person has their own vibration and attracts similar vibrations. But you can control your vibration. You can control it. And that's what the guide is going to help you to do that I told you about. So food is energy too. And I talk about this in every episode, that food is energy. It all starts with food and it has different vibrations. So like, for example, if you were to eat a banana, it's one of the highest vibrating energies because it's the closest to the sun. It's up in a tree, like with a coconut. And that's why coconut water is so good for you when you grab open, I can't even speak English today. When you grab a coconut and you whack it open and stick a straw in it and drink, you're drinking some electrolytes and high vibrating things that it's almost like giving yourself a blood transfusion. That's how good coconut water is for you from a fresh young coconut. And that's because it's up there on a tree, like soaking up all the sun's energy, right? So when you cook food, it kills the nutrients and the enzymes and all that. And it's kind of not even really helping you. And what happens is your body goes through something called digestive leukocytosis, where it thinks it's being attacked by the very food that you're eating. I know, crazy, right? But anyway, so your food is energy. It either raises your vibration and brings it down. So meat and dairy are extremely low vibrating foods. Why? Because think about it. If an animal's being killed, it's feeling fear. And fear is 100 frequency, like it's 100 on the scale, which is low. 700 and higher is the highest. What you believe and feel. You can't say one thing and feel another. That would be a vibrational mismatch, and whatever you want wouldn't manifest. You have to match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It just can't be any other way. It's not philosophy, it's physics, and Albert Einstein said that. Now, using the information that I'm providing you, you can create a high vibrational frequency that you'll emit, which you'll not only heal your body, but you'll perform better intellectually. You'll have a deeper connection to your intuition, and your mind clarity will enhance, and you'll attract like-minded friends and amazing opportunities and the synchronicities that'll just be too amazing to call coincidences. This is what happens when you start putting the right things in your body. I promise you, this is my life story. This is how it started for me, okay? So I'll tell you really quickly, the guide that I told you about, there's 10 strategies. And the first one is about nourishing your body with high vibe foods. The second one is about reframing your negative thoughts. The third one's about upgrading your environmental frequency. And number 4 is draining your brain first thing in the morning. Number 5 is adopting an amplified attitude of gratitude. Number 6 is asking yourself, who do I still need to forgive? Number 7 is having yourself a little dance party. Number 8 is taking yourself on a date. Number 9 is finally doing that scary thing. Number 10 is doing something that brought you joy as a kid. And these are just scratching the surface of what you learn in the guide. So I just wanted to tell you what you would get. So you can get this in my Instagram bio, or I'll link it in the show notes. Up to you. My Instagram's Raw Vegan Rita, and the other is Trading Raw Stories for the show if you want to follow the show. And some of my other personal high vibey ways I just wanted to share with you that I do and that I think just allows me to feel really good on a regular basis is I am intentional about being of service. I'm volunteering. I'm trying to help someone. I hold the door for the person behind me. I perform a random act of kindness. I talk to complete strangers, even like the homeless people on my street. I donate, I tip big, I spend quality time with my loved ones, whether it's on the phone or on Zoom or something. I go for a walk first thing in the morning to see and feel the sun on my skin. And I do things for myself that I would do for other people now. Like I used to be such a giver and such a nurturer, but I never took as good of care of myself as I did for other people. And that stopped. I started to put myself first. I started to fill my own cup so I could pour into others. I started to tell myself that I'm beautiful in the mirror and that I'm a badass, and I smile so big in the mirror and I feel that shit. Like that is how I want you to feel. I want you to just feel so high and so happy and just fart rainbows all day long, because you can and you should. And you're here on this planet to be happy. And you're here on this planet to vibrate joy and be love and be of service and find your purpose and live that purpose so you can thrive and help others thrive and lift other people up. There's something that you're meant to be doing. And you know that. You know that you're playing small. You know that. And there's no coincidence that you found this podcast, and I want to help you. And so what I'm doing is, with the guide that you're going to download, it's only scratching the surface. I'm actually doing a challenge that I want to invite you to if you feel called to join, which I hope that you would, because I think it's pretty transformational. It's called the Get Raw and Raise Your Vibration 5-Day Challenge. And raw means real, authentic, and worthy. So we're going to get real, authentic, and worthy and raise our vibration so you can embody your highest self, find your purpose, and live it, girl. Ooh, I'm so excited. It gives me chills. So look for that in the show notes as well. And I will, talk to you another time. How about next Tuesday? Sound good? All right. I hope this was helpful. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. And I would really appreciate it if you would share this with someone that you think would need to hear it. Take a screenshot of this, post it, tag me. I will repost. And I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are amazing. Mwah.